Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined this week by the man slowly freezing to death. It's Mikey G Wolf V2, or V3. Hi Mikey.
I'm a polar bear.
Mikey lives in a home where central heating has been turned off at 8:30. 8:30, with still a good few hours left to stay awake.
I'm a polar bear. I
Yep.
can't feel my toes.
Don't worry, those won't last long. How are you doing this week, Mikey, apart from being ever so cold?
I'm okay. How are you?
Not too bad. From the sounds of things, warmer than you at least.
Not an
But
achievement.
can't complain. Yes, well, from the sounds of things, not really. But we're here to talk about Transformers news this week, as we always seem to do. Kicking off with the very small amount that we have. We're doing Zeta Toys. Zeta-V or 5. Is it a V or 5 that they're going for here, do you think?
I'm going to say 5.
Yeah, I was thinking 5, but Roman numeral and letter on a keyboard look very similar, at least in my eyes. So we'll say Zeta 5 because that sounds better. The Zeta 5 ZV-01 Pioneer, which is the Bumblebee movie VB Bumblebee Beetle, or Beetle Bumblebee. We've got some test shot images of him, not painted, clearly, at all, as all of his translucent plastic is still translucenty, and he is devoid of most colour apart from his standard colour, apart from his colour, which is just black and yellow and translucent. We see him with a few little bobbly bits in his hand. What does he come with? Oh, he comes with accessories like the blaster, the battle mask, the battle hammer, and sword. And the figure is apparently going to be about 18 centimeters tall, with die-cast parts. We can't give a cold touch test because our fingers aren't near him. Can you see anywhere that looks like it might be metal?
I would be shocked
What do you mean?
if there was metal in this guy, to be honest. He looks incredibly standard plastic.
Yeah, I'm surprised, but the description here on TFW says it comes with die-cast parts.
Doesn't look like it.
No,
Unless it's like the weapons are die-cast, but
even then, I don't think the die-cast would be in black, right? Oh, wouldn't the die-cast just be in metal?
I
don't know.
I don't know. He just looks plastic to me.
He do.
Unless it's like screws.
That would be amazing. Oh, he's got die-cast parts. The screws and pins. Very
Because
clever.
his feet look translucent plastic. They look
maybe
like
that's it.
They're part, but like if they're translucent plastic, that means they're part of the roof.
Are they part of the roof? Let's have a look at the... Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
I ain't seeing metal.
See, if I was going to put metal anywhere on this dude, it would be in the feet, because he's not a big toy. I mean, why would you put metal in a toy this big anyway? Because
Because
maybe...
metal, Andy, die-cast, people want die-cast, regardless of how or why it's applied.
Yeah, that's sometimes a thing. Sometimes a thing. But hey, we know this for sure. He's 18 centimeters tall. These are the weapons he comes with.
Yep.
The expected due release date will be around January the 2020. So I was going to say next month, not next month.
Yeah, I'm surprised because this is a really odd image to get at this stage. Then, if it's that close.
Yeah, if it's this close, usually we have a painted model.
Yeah, we have something that represents exactly what this thing will look like, or at least what they want us to think it'll look like. But,
Are you thinking there might be a delay, or do you think this might just be how they're releasing it so that gets you hyped fast? So, like, next month we get a coloured image, and then the next month you get your pre-orders, and then you go, yay!
Mayhaps. I think they're cutting it a little fine with pre-orders.
Yeah, because there are no pre-orders because, well, it doesn't seem to be finished yet at this point, so would be weird to have the pre-orders up at this point. But yeah,
Never stopped
Mikey.
anyone before.
That is true. 18 centimeters. What scale are we talking about? Are we talking
I
about
happen to have a
deluxe?
ruler right here.
Oh my god.
Heading.
Oh my god.
He looks like he'll be a big Voyager heading towards the leader.
Okay. So what should we expect price-wise? Like 60 upwards, I would think, right?
I'd say if he's under 100, I'll be shocked.
Okay. I was being generous, to be fair, but maybe
I'm going to say 120.
Oh, damn!
I think that's, at least in dollars, I think that's a reasonable assumption. I'm not necessarily saying it's a reasonable price, but I think it's a reasonable assumption.
It is a guess. It looks like his hands are fully posable.
I'm weird about this guy.
Is it because he's not coloured?
I mean, initially it was that, but it's not just that now. He feels like a deluxe.
Do you mean just like how all of the portions and joints kind of look? Yeah, that's why I asked how big he was, because he looked like a deluxe kind of.
Everything bar the hands makes me think a deluxe.
Yeah.
Just looking at him, he looks like he doesn't have a particularly crazy transformation.
Maybe not.
Just from the back, those back shots, it looks basically like everything kind of just sort of curls up into his back and his feet. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, maybe it's the infamous hidden diecast, but also like the chest sculpt is too flat.
Okay.
It's I see what they're going for with it, but it needed more three dimensionality in the center part, I think.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it was the very center bit that you meant, because that is just, especially compared to the rest of it, it just kind of straight down. Flat.
He looks competent, but I'm just not feeling him, if I'm completely honest.
Like, if this was a Hasbro toy, would you be a bit more impressed with him, do you think? Because obviously he'd be a lot cheaper.
I think like a deluxe or a modern Voyager doing that much transformation would be good.
Yeah.
But for a third party, for what I think this guy will probably cost, he's not really doing it for me.
That's
also,
fair.
like, the fact he comes with glowing eyes, that's something I'm way, way, way over, and it just adds to the expense.
It is a fact that a lot of people, or at least some people at the very least, really do like their electronics and their light up eyes and whatnot, and that's fair.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that's a massive selling point.
They'll use them once.
Sometimes that's all they need. You and I both know that people like their glowy eyes. I mean, I'm not too fussed because of that exact reason, that you turn them on once and you're like, well, there we go.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's how I always see it. It's nice, but it does add to the costs. I would agree, though. It looks okay. I think we've had other transforming like movie Bumblebees movie, but yeah, that one.
There's an official one or two, but I can't think of third party off the top of my head.
So this will be the first one to get the ball rolling.
I think so.
There might be another one, or at least maybe there are some in the works off the top of my head. I can't remember. But yeah, okay, Bumblebee, he be coming. So get ready for him if you're interested in getting yourself I was going to say little Bumblebee, but a Voyager movie Bumblebee.
Yeah,
Bumblebee.
yeah.
Mikey,
Bumblebee.
do you want to take us on to the next bit of news, sir?
Yes, Andy.
Yeah.
Are you in for making things more G1?
It depends. So sometimes, maybe.
What if they were previously G2 and now being turned more G1?
Oh, then no. I'm alright.
Toy World TWC07X Constructor Perfect Edition has been announced. This is the third repaint of their Devastator mold. It's the third version, not third repaint. Sorry, they had the original, which was in kind of those sort of now kind of standard deep greens. Then you had the G2 mold, or G2 colors rather, and now you have the Perfect Edition. So this is a limited run with several improvements in deco, depends on your point of view, and several parts like new threads and vehicle parts, and a more G1 accurate colors and head. G1 accurate head, Andy.
Alright, okay.
How many times did that head change?
To be honest, because I can't tell which Devastator this is,
Yep.
I don't know.
He doesn't. This is kind of weird for me because he doesn't look like a G1 design, so making him more G1 makes no sense to me. I'll be completely honest.
No,
because if I remember right, that was one of the selling points of Toy World, that they had a bit of stylization. He comes with drill accessories and a gun. Also, I am 90% sure that third picture is fakery.
The one when he's doing the Iron Man pose.
Yeah, I don't think that arm is attached to the toy.
Ooh.
Because just looking at how his arm attaches, it should not be at that angle.
Yeah, it seems closer to the camera than maybe it should be.
Methinks I see a fast one being pulled.
Perhaps
Me thinks he lacks the shoulder range for such a rotation.
we can't say that for sure, but yeah,
I bet I
mean,
can. I'm saying it for sure hearsay.
Yeah, there's something off about it.
Mm.
It just doesn't look right, like you say. It looks real wonky.
Yeah, we didn't see him in the individual robots, which it's weird to me because these look like less toon accurate color schemes than I'd expect, because the toons were quite bright green, weren't they?
No, they were about this color, I
Weren't
think.
they? I always remember them being quite bright.
Well, these would you say they're not bright?
Well, these are more like these are more like a muddy green. Like
Maybe.
I'm talking like the Titan's Return level green or whatever it was.
Okay.
Combiner Wars, whichever one he was in. Because I remember the Takara version, they actually upped the green, the saturation on the green. Or
Right.
They altered it anyway. And this looks more like it's on the yellow range. Anyway, Andy,
Mikey.
you have bought third-party knockoff Transformer combiners. Could you see yourself buying a third-party knockoff Transformer combiner of this because it would be much cheaper?
No. But Mikey, I talking about knockoff combiners that are Devastator, and I don't know if you were leading to this or not, but do you remember the downscaled Unite Warriors or Combiner Wars Devastator?
Vaguely.
Yes, they scaled him down so he was like in scale with the other combiners. That I think that same company has finally, or is very soon, releasing the G2 colored version of him.
And you are aroused?
Oh, I am. As soon as I saw the picture, I think I saw Brickinator put it up on Twitter. My statement was, I am oddly aroused. Not word for word, but I definitely used the word aroused in my tweet to him. So I'll probably get that because we know I think it's safe to assume that we're not going to get a G2 Devastator from Hasbro. And if we do, it's more than likely going to be an exclusive of some description. So it's... I don't know, Mikey. I think getting a downscaled one's fine by me.
You're just
You know what I'm
sitting
saying?
there waiting for your opportunity to leap in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like a squirrel up a drain pipe.
Like a squirrel with a bag of nuts.
Up a drain pipe.
Like a bonkers bobcat thing. No, Bubsy. Like Bubsy with a ball of yarn. Do you remember Bubsy?
No.
Good. That game was terrible. I wish we had some better shots of like Devastator, so we saw a close up of this new face that they apparently give him. Because it's a full body shot, so you can't really get a good look in how those have turned out. I'm just not a fan of the overall design of the specific versions of the Constructicons myself, but I think everybody who would have bought these already. You know, I'm not sure. I mean, I guess this is why it's a limited run for this limited, more toy ink quotations, more cartoon accurate color scheme.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure how many people this will like turn over and make them go, yeah, maybe it's now time to get them.
I was sitting on it, but now I will.
Yeah, I needed this very slight change to their color scheme to really push me over the edge. Maybe there are one or two people out there, but I can't imagine it's like a huge swathe of people or swath of people. So yeah.
Yeah. In that case, Andy, take us on.
Sure, Mikey. Mastermind Creations has shown us the reformatted Mors, but without the A, no E.
Mors.
Which is, I'm happy they put this in the story. It's Helix.
Oh, finally,
Helix.
we have a way of telling them apart. Someone tells
Yeah. But Mikey, we shall forget.
Yes, I
as
always
is
forget.
the way.
People have sat me down and given me weirdly detailed explanations about which is which and how they remember which is which. And I'm just like, I'll forget by the end of this conversation. And I did.
I'm already forgetting now. So we have some, I guess, final images. Well, we do have final images of this guy. This is Is he he's not the biggest one. It's the other one that's the biggest one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the second biggest one. We have a list of his following little doodads and bits that he comes with. So in the box, you get one figure, additional hands, a Quomic, a Manuel, a Quomic,
El Manuel.
El Manuel, and a Bibliotech card or a bio card. I don't think we have any information on who has done said comic or anything like that. I'm trying to find what the alternate hands are.
I'm assuming it's for his tiny arms, because he's got 2 different hands in those pictures.
Oh, I didn't even notice his tiny hands. Yeah, that's probably it. Actually, I was looking at his big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hands.
Yeah, and they're articulated, so it'd be really weird if they can't.
Yeah. The only reason why they might change those hands are for dynamic poses. Because they've done that with Gundam model kits in the past before, where you have like movable fingers and stuff, and they give you also dynamic posed hands as well. I guess just to hold the pose. But Mikey, we don't have any other information on this apart from he's due out in March, so he's a while away. So save your pennies, because I think he's going to be expansive. He's gonna. I think it's safe to say more than Tarn.
Yeah,
Tarn was 120. Pounds?
Tarn was the same as Megatron.
So, what was it, 160, 180?
I don't want to imagine how much the big guy costs.
240?
14 children.
That's fine. You can put the children in his grinder. We see this guy, Helix, in his robot mode.
180 shipped.
Oh, I wasn't too far off, to be honest. 20 off. So, yeah, he is expensive. And so the biggest guy is probably going to be 250, 300. That's dollars as well. You're saying $180.
Yeah. So he's more expensive than Tarn, and he's so the other guy will probably top 200 easy.
Yeah, I think that's fair. They haven't really put him in any kind of cool dynamic poses or anything.
No, these are kind of underwhelming photos.
Yeah. I don't know. Could that be just because he's very top heavy?
Maybe, but I mean, in that case, I'm sure they'd wanted to sort of draw attention away from the fact he was top heavy. But they could have done something with the arms.
Yeah,
like his most dynamic pose is "I'm a rolling bathtub. Here's my arms."
Oh, I was thinking more like put your balls in my hand.
Let me squeeze them.
Yeah. Like with a posable hand, you should have gotten like pointing, like dynamic pointing, like on one knee pointing to the heavens or something, or
like holding something.
Yeah, something. Holding a pencil, holding a Pocky bar.
Oh my god! Yeah, have some fun with it.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Like you say as well, we see him in his weird mode, tank tread
bathtub
mode.
Death bathtub, technically.
It is better than Soundwave, though. From
Siege.
Yes.
That's not an achievement.
It's not, but at least you can say that it's far more interesting to look at visually than Soundwave. He's just awful. This guy turns into like you say, a bathtub, but it's more interesting at the very least. You know, because at least he has his little robot hands and whatnot.
Does he come with like a non-posable vinyl of someone to stick in there?
You mean for his melter thing in his chest? Yeah. That's actually a good point. We don't know how that works, I suppose, do we? We don't know if it's interactable.
Yeah, because like otherwise it would be very easy to say that's a cockpit.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, if someone who hasn't read the comics and just picked this guy up because they thought he looked cool would be wondering, well, why isn't that the actual cockpit?
Yeah.
At least I would. Any thoughts on this, Mikey?
He looks accurate. I still would like one day to pick up Tarn, but I've never really had a major interest in the rest. Mostly because they weren't interesting in the comics. They weren't. Also, I hate Nickel as a person. Wow. So I really dislike Nickel and her arc in that whole book.
Do you just hate fun, Mikey?
She's not fun. She's a bad person who everyone let off. She's a very, 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 very bad person. And then everyone was like, it's fine. She don't feel bad about it. She doesn't even feel bad about it. She's glad she did it all.
Yep.
And everyone's like, it's fine. She's small. But yeah, I think they make a very good looking group, although it's kind of highlighting that Kaon and Voss, the gun and the chair, They were clearly made before they really figured out the scale. Because Kaon especially is huge for the size he's supposed to be like half Tarn's height, and he's like...
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and also like Voss is so wee. Like,
yeah.
Unreasonably
he's probably too small.
Like, look how tiny his head is.
Do you think this was a case of like those two were the right scale, and then they went, "Oh no, let's start scaling them down quickly"?
Yeah, because like Nickel should definitely be smaller than she is, but
yes,
I don't care.
I would also throw out, it kind of highlights how Nickel doesn't fit with this group at all.
Yeah, she does look like she just wandered in from somewhere else, which she did.
Yeah. She came over from Rescue Bots.
No, God. I would watch Rescue Bots more if she just wandered into it. Because I want to see where this is going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I was thinking you meant that she would have a different personality to fit the show.
No,
rather than be the same. Yeah.
Because they don't have Decepticons in that show, so this would be interesting. But I think he's okay. I think he's going to make some, DJD fans very, very happy.
Sure, yeah.
But, yeah, I'd rather, if I was going for the whole team, I'd go for the Iron Factory one.
Yeah, because one of them came with replaceable shoulders photon to fix him, apparently.
I think it was this guy, actually.
Oh, Helix, okay. Okay, I've heard good things about them, apart from, obviously, Tarn, who had the issue, shall we say. So, that was the thing that kind of started putting me off them, because I was concerned.
Yeah, but then they fixed it, which is good.
Yeah.
But then you have to buy another toy to fix it, which is bad.
Yeah.
But it comes with the choice of Frogger, which is good.
That's good.
Frogger contains potassium benzoate.
Oh, that's bad.
That's bad.
Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next 2 bits of custom news? One that you have the story for, and 2 that you saw online and you went, ooh.
Yeah, so one was from Dime Chalk. Now, you and I have been saying, hey, they're doing all these third-party guys from G1. G1, you know who I'd like to see? Somebody who's not G1. You know who I'd like to see? Someone from Prime. You know who I want? I want a fucking good version of Knockout.
No.
I've said that a lot. So Iron Warrior, who have previously done the very show accurate non-transforming posable Optimus from Prime, and who have a Megatron in the works, we've seen prototypes of them, have revealed a design schematic, now very early stages clearly, of Knockout. So they have a Knockout design at the very least in the works. So if, everyone buy their stuff, because god damn it, if you don't make it so I can buy this toy, I will come round to every one of your houses. Every single one of them. Because, holy God, I nearly used that bloody Titanic meme of it's been 98 million years. The old woman sitting there like, oh, I had an erotic moment in the back of a van once.
Oh, no.
He told me I was pretty in French. I think he said that. And then he drew me. And then suddenly he said I had to take off all my clothes. I didn't feel comfortable with that, but hey-oh, it was the 1912s.
Are you doing a reference or just recounting your life?
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
Okay, that's fair.
So yeah, we only have a schematic, but Andy,
Mikey,
how do you feel about a non-transforming Action Master Knockout?
Oh, I don't like him. If it's not a transformer, it's not a real toy.
You heard him first, kids. He's not happy.
No. I'm looking forward to seeing a prototype, and then even more looking forward to seeing a colored prototype.
Yeah.
I'm really happy actually that they're doing Knockout for their third. It'll be the third release, won't it?
Yeah.
They haven't done a sneaky one.
No.
So that's great. It's like they heard someone loudly talking with an Irish accent. And they went, okay, maybe let's do a Knockout, since no one's fucking done a Knockout toy. Yeah. Do you know how many Knockouts there are? There's one from Hasbro, and it's not good.
Crockout.
There are 2, and it's the same toy, just with crocodile bits on it. And it's not good. Yeah, so I hope this maybe gets the ideas of someone else going as well, and goes, maybe make a transforming Knockout or something like that, I don't know, maybe.
I want to make sure everyone's happy no matter what they want, as long as they want Knockout in their life.
Yeah. Who would you do then, apart from Knockout? Who would you do next? Because The obvious ones that I see people doing, because I'm actually surprised it's Knockout they did now. I thought Bumblebee would have been the next one that someone would have rolled out.
Yeah, but maybe they
I'm glad
realized
they
that
didn't.
literally no one liked Bumblebee until that last episode where suddenly they give him a personality, and it was like, shit, he was good. No, don't go.
Yeah.
You were good. You had one whole episode of being really no. And then he went into RID, and he tried. God bless.
Because I don't want to say it's a concern, but I feel that they'd probably do an Autobot next, but I'd like them to do Arachnid because again, she has one toy. Well, a Micromaster, but
it's terrible.
Yeah, again, so
I mean, if it was an Autobot, I'd go with RC because
that's a safe bet.
That's a safe bet, and like it would be really nice to have a version of her that's not just walking kibble.
Oh, but Mikey, would she have pliable boobs?
They're back. They made it into the media. They made it onto the Twitter the verse during the week of just like, what is wrong with fucking toy collectors? And someone had like a tentacle, like a third-party tentacle, feeling up the pliable boobs RC with the add-on kit. And it just like,
oh, that's amazing.
I don't know if I could find the picture. I might be able to find the picture.
If you do, you have to send it to me because there's one. I know already that there's already one thing missing from the background of that picture. Do you know what it is?
What is it? And
Reveltech Woody. Like Tentacle should be feeling her up, and then Woody in the background is just like, eh.
Either that or Tentacle's feeling her up, and then you just have Woody slowly appear, and Tentacle just like, oh no.
The tables have turned, Tentacle Monster. Now take the Woody. I'll be the snake in your boot.
Pull my string, boy.
Now tie around my neck and choke me. Woody, you got dark and gross.
Wear my hat. I kind of like it's. I genuinely kind of want a Reveltech Woody after all these years of Woody showing up in random Japanese things, freaking people out because everyone went, there's something really wrong with this toy.
I think most degenerates do want that Woody figure because at one point I thought, man, it'd be fun to have that really awful figure.
Yeah.
Because he's just ridiculously amusing.
Yep.
But yeah. So, like, another one that would be nice to see would be... the Insecticon, because we've never had a actual like we've only had the command scale Legends figure. That was it. We didn't have a Deluxe or a Voyager or anything, so that'd be good.
I'd like a really good accurate breakdown if we could get one.
Breakdown. Oh, okay, yeah.
Or to be honest, Predaking would be great as well.
Yeah, because, well, I think his toys are at least a better some of them are a better representation of his toy model than what Knockout and Arachnid have had, at least. So.
True. I'm trying to think, who was in the show who got a bad toy? Like, Soundwave didn't get a bad toy, but it would be really, really cool to have, because he had a really good toy, actually. But it would be really, really cool to have a really nice, lanky, posable Soundwave. Like
posable tentacles as well.
Oh yeah, and like a space bridge effect or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, because he could make it up with accessories because his build's going to be fairly like limited on plastic, just because he is slender. So you fill it up with, like you say, like effects parts, like a warp bridge and tentacles, and that'd be fun. His little bat thing.
Yeah, we could do Wheeljack and then have a second version of him of Makeshift. I always wish Makeshift had an actual design. They had a weird silhouette, so maybe they could do that. They could do Makeshift silhouette, but it's all black and with yellow eyes.
Oh no!
I'm just trying to think who else would because one of the strengths of Prime as a series was limited casts.
Yes.
Starscream again, you could do, but it's not a case of I think he has bad toys.
He's had probably some of the more consistently good ones.
Dreadwing might be fun.
I mean, you get an instant repaint out of that as well, so...
This is just going to turn into, please do the cast.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of hope they do. At the very least, it'd be nice to see. I hope these toys are selling well. I hope they're doing well. Because the Prime and Megatron are out now, right? At least Prime is.
Prime is. Megatron, I don't think he's out yet.
Ah, okay. He can't be far off, though.
No, he shouldn't be, because the prototype was revealed a while back.
Yeah.
But no, like basically, I would just like Prime to get more love. I'd also like them to do animated.
Ooh, that could be interesting. Yeah,
because they've got a much bigger cast to work with that, and I think
non-transforming animated figures are far easier to do than ones that actually transform.
yeah, like people going like, oh my god, can you imagine a show accurate Optimus Prime? No,
Not easily.
not without his like because no.
I think a lot of the toys though from that era did well after like a few waves started getting really good. Those first few ones are a bit on the when you
Up
look
and
back
down.
at them now, yeah, they're very up and down. Like, do you remember Massive Bumblebee?
Oh yeah, why was
He wasn't
Bumblebee
great.
so big?
Because he was a deluxe.
Uh,
You know.
God, I got so many of those toys back in the day.
Yeah.
That Starscream was atrocious. Looking back at him now.
Yeah, that Starscream's really bad.
That was one where they were like just coming off the movie, then was just like, you need to have a built-in gimmick.
Yep.
No, you don't. You have a
Yeah.
toy. That's the gimmick.
But then he had good ones like Blackout, who of course got an ample release here in the West.
And Lugnut, who was too small, but was a
Yes.
fun toy.
Yes, and could have been better if it was a leader.
Yeah.
Clearly, it
Yeah.
was a bad choice.
It was another really good one from that line. Ratchet was really good. I loved Ratchet.
Earth Megatron was really good as well.
Yeah. Oh, I still got him somewhere, I think.
Yeah.
But first toy I ever bought in England.
Oh, the leader Megatron.
But he was great and like really like he held up really well with age.
Oh yeah.
Like really, really well. And it was great design anyway. Like any criticism I have of the toy is not a criticism of the designs of animated. They were overall pretty fantastic.
Oh, definitely.
Like, Blitzwing I'd love to see redone just because they tried. Bless them, they tried.
I think to do that animated style and also have it as a triple changer and also have it work, it's difficult.
Like, just do a non-transforming version with swappable faces.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah, not even turning. They just pull the head off and swap their faces over.
Yeah, because that
easier.
just works better.
Yeah.
God bless. Anyone else? Like, I'd like to see the Dinobots redone, but they had fairly decent toys.
Not bad ones, yeah, that's for
Grimlox
sure.
was probably the weakest, if I'm honest.
Yeah, might be right. Might be right.
Swoops was weird, but fun.
What was the other bit of third-party news then, Mikey? The last bit?
So, the last bit. Casio over in Japan have announced that they are doing a black repaint of the G-Shock Transformers Master Nemesis Optimus Prime. Master Nemesis Optimus Prime.
The what?
Resonant mode. So, if you remember, there was a transforming watch base from a while back, which turned into an Optimus Prime, which looks surprisingly good, if I remember.
It didn't look terrible.
Yeah. Well, now it has been repainted into evil. Evil. So this is supposed to be a former hero who has fallen into darkness, trapped between space and time after a battle that destroyed Cybertron. A cursed dark matrix turned him into an evil warrior. He looks for Master Optimus Prime to regain his ability to manipulate time. This is the bloody Nemesis Prime Binal Tech story.
Binal Tech or Alternity?
Well, it's the same guy.
Is it? Okay.
I think. No, it's it's the Universe big convoy repaint that then got reborn as Black Convoy.
Right.
And like this is just him like being turned evil again.
Shit happens.
Because like once they said manipulate time, we're just like, that's just that guy again. So yeah, you get a G-Shock watch with it, but obviously you can swap it out for another watch of similar size. A transformable watch base, Nemesis Alter Mode. 2 energy cannons, Dark Matrix. The figure can carry the included Dark Matrix in his chest. It can take G-Shock 5600 or 6900 models. Released December 7th.
Oh,
Price
wow.
is also wow. $274. That's
Woo, bitch!
30,000 yen. I nearly said 300,000 yen. The price is 3,000 less than the listing in Takara Tomy Mall.
Oh, so it's cheaper?
If you go by Casio Japan.
Cool.
The Casio G-Shock website. But well done. That's mostly for the watch. Let's be honest.
Here's the weird thing: like that watch does not look like it should be that much. To me, that looks like, at least in my mind, Casio watches were the £20 ones that you got from Argos.
It doesn't look great, does it?
I don't think so, but I'm not a watch connoisseur.
And there's just someone like, "Sir, do you not understand the level of shock this G-Shock can take?"
I don't. How much shock can it take?
All of it.
Oh my god.
But it's just annoying because I actually think the robot looks pretty neat, and I think the colors, as they kind of always do, make the toy look better.
Yeah, and you can actually wear the watch and it not be just a bright red watch, which is a bit garish.
Yeah, there is that.
It's fine for like robot toys, but as a watch, just of a bright red watch is I don't
you're
know.
Explaining to people like, why is your watch red and blue?
That's really red.
Yeah, why is it that? Oh, because it belongs in Optimus Prime's tummy.
What? Let me tell you a tale about Optimus Prime. Please
Should I call him Master Tale of Optimus Prime?
Please don't tell me this. I'm just trying to go to work. Let me sit you down, doctor. I'm in the middle of an operation, sir.
Your operation. You're about to die. Have you heard the tale?
Replace my lungs, so I must tell you. So I may tell you. Oh no.
My kidneys may fail, but my stories never will.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. It's another watch. Like you say, the colors are at least better on it, but it's a weird novelty. It's almost like we've gone back in time to the time where they were making the really small transforming shoes and caps.
Oh god, yeah.
And those were really expensive as well.
Yeah.
But this actually has a purpose to it. It actually functions as a watch. So that's more than the little tiny shoes that couldn't fit anyone. So.
I would be worried if you were wearing those shoes.
To be fair, Mikey, if they were wearable shoes at that size, people would have been putting them on their babies. You know this.
Mommy, my feet are so sore.
Do you remember, Mikey, when the one of the Halos came out with a Master Chief helmet and people put them on their cats and their cats' heads got stuck?
No, but I feel that's animal cruelty.
Yes. I'm pretty sure that happened, though. I don't remember what release, but I'm pretty sure someone put that helmet on. If not a young kid, probably an animal, and the head got stuck because it's not meant to be worn.
It would be funnier if it was a child, I'll be honest.
It would have been, yeah. Shall I move on, Mikey?
Yes.
A nice bit of uplifting news as Peter Cullen is to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Society of Voice Actors and Sciences. I didn't know those two went hand in hand. That's pretty cool. Peter Cullen, the unmistakable voice of Optimus Prime, will be the next Lifetime Achievement Award recipient as for his lifetime long life career. Mr. Cullen will be honoured at the Voice Actors Awards Gala in 2019. That's this year in Warner Brothers Studio, California on Sunday, November the 17th, 2019, teen.
Peter Cullen will battle his way to the stage. If he succeeds, he will win.
Oh my god, are we saying it's like the Running Man, but with voice actors? That'd be pretty sweet.
Everyone sounds really awesome, but I'm curious. I was curious about this. So I just, for some reason, for some bizarre reason, I'm just looking. Society of Voice Arts and Sciences announced the nominations for the 2019 Annual Voice Arts Awards, honoring the best talent in the voiceover industry. Andy, name some names.
Frank Welker.
Probably has that lifetime achievement.
Steve...
Probably has been waving it in Peter's face for months, just like, "Hey, Peter, getting nominated now, are we?"
David Kay.
Well, I'm sure he's attending and should be up for something. Anyone else?
I'm really bad at voice actors' names, so Corey Burton.
Right. What if I told you Kit Harington?
You'll need to tell me who that is.
She's my queen.
What?
She's my queen.
What's he voice acted?
Don't know. Tom Hanks. Gal Gadot. Tim Allen. Kirsten Wiig. Jared Butler. Previous winners include John Hamm, Kate Winslet, James Earl Jones, Katy Perry, Lena Dunham, and William Shatner.
Now, yes, they have done voice acting roles. This is true. I would not call them voice actors, though. You're making this sound to me, Mikey, like this is yet another time of let's shit on voice actors because Hollywood stars are more important. That's what you're making this sound like to me.
Yeah,
and I've heard this tune too many times.
Yeah, like Jim Cummings is giving the keynote address, so that's something.
Yes.
Rob
Paulson, so you got one?
Yeah, an
He
actor
doesn't,
from
does he?
Star...
You say yes, but I don't believe you.
No, he's not there. Neither is Tara Strong. Cree Summer. Remember her?
Mm-hmm.
James Earl Jones. What? Hang on. James Earl Jones is receiving a lifetime achievement in voice arts as well.
See, that makes a bit more sense because he did the voice acting for Darth Vader and Mufasa.
Yeah.
So at least there are there are at least a few roles where he has been very big and influential, rather than Tom Hanks, which I'm assuming is just his role in Toy Story.
Yeah, this feels completely like I was really excited for. I genuinely was.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked into it and I'm just like, Jesus, it's just fucking Hollywood again. Giving people, like, I'm sorry, Kit Harington. I'm going to check if he's ever voiced anything, because I can't think of him as having voiced anything.
No, I mean, unless he was doing ADR, and I wouldn't class ADR as voice acting.
He was in How to Train Your Dragon.
Really?
Eret, son of Eret. I don't know who that is, and I've seen those movies.
Is it the new one that he was in?
I don't know. But no, this is like How to Train Your Dragon 2. Eret, son of Eret.
Okay.
No idea who that is.
Not main cast then.
And I'll be honest, I wouldn't give Kit Harington an acting award in general. He's not that good.
Oh, damn!
Damn! I give, what was her name? Played Daenerys. I give her an award.
Okay.
I wouldn't give him an award. Because it doesn't take that much skill to stare off into middle distance. I'm actually really increasingly pissed off over this now.
Oh. Thanks for ruining this happy story, Mike.
Tim Curry!
He's got one.
He should.
Yes, no, he should. But
Mark Hamill. Hell,
yeah.
After Dark Crystal, I give Simon Pegg a go.
I'd want Simon Pegg to do a few more roles, but I if you told me that, I'd be like, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Okay, Simon, okay.
Okay, yeah, you did good stuff.
But Kit Harington.
Hang on, has Mark Hamill not actually got a one?
I don't think so. I can't find... Basically, I can find a lot of celebrity names, and I can't find names of people I give a shit about.
Oh.
Which is a shame, because that is, again, shitting on voice actors.
Well, I hope you're happy, Mikey. You've taken this happy story and you've ruined it. You've ruined it.
I thought I was helping.
You've made it worse.
I thought it was meant with good intentions.
You bastard. You filthy bastard.
I meant well.
Oh. All right.
I didn't realize they were shit.
I'll take us on to the last story because that was fairly quick. Last story is TFCon USA 2020 has been announced. It's coming to Orlando, Florida. Florida. That's going to be March the 20th to the 22nd. And it's going to be at the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel at the entrance of Orlando, Florida Studios, Hollywood Studios, Florida. That one. Orlando, Universal Studios.
Yeah.
DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel. So I'm guessing that means it's a Hilton hotel, but it's called DoubleTree?
I believe so. Other than that, there's just odd. 2 trees next to a Hilton.
Yeah, it could be.
We're having the convention where under these 2 palms.
I mean, at the very least, you can take solace in the fact that you won't be on Disney property, so you won't have to pay Disney prices. You'll just have to pay Universal prices. One could argue quite easily as well that Universal's probably the better kind of more, in quotations, adult experience.
Well, it's the one I'd care about, but that's more by the fact there's got a Jurassic Park ride.
Yeah, but they've taken out 2 of the good rides, Mikey.
Yeah, but that's because they're
No
fools.
Terminator 2 now,
No.
and no Back to the Future, and no King Kong ride where the line up queue smelled like bananas, which was amazing. I loved it. I don't know if the Jurassic Park ride's gone down for repairs or something.
It's been revamped as a Jurassic World ride.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I remember seeing it was down.
It's been back up there for a few months.
Ah, fair play. Okay. Well, Mikey, will you be heading over to Florida in March?
No, because I'd have to see Stu and Slick. Hey-oh!
Oh, damn!
What you gonna do? You can't do anything. You're in Florida.
Oh, damn!
I love them both.
Well, that's all of our news this week, Mr. Mikey. So, as usual, I'm going to throw this kind of talking points over to you and say, what you been up to this week?
Whoop ass.
Oh, damn.
Not a huge amount, I have to admit. Like the last month and a half has just been work focused, whether it's dino work or work or whatever work. So it's just like anytime I'm home, I'm just like I want to just turn on YouTube, not pay attention, and go to bed.
Yeah.
But I did watch a bit. There's a new 01 out, but there's no subtitles yet, so that's annoying. I did see a clip from Rio Soldier that made me kind of want to go back and rewatch Rio Soldier.
Is that the Chinese?
The current
stuff?
Sentai dinosaur one.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw a few episodes, and after the first episodes that kind of really impressed me, I feel like someone came in and said, "You need to make it more normal."
Oh.
What? We need to make it more like normal Sentai. Oh. But I saw a couple of clips today, and I was just like, it feels like you waited until that guy's back was turned and started doing shit again. You're just like, what's over there? Oh, I'll go over there. Do it now. Once it's filmed, he can't stop it. The money's spent. But so my Japanese stuff is rather limited. Again, like just finding time to sit down and start an anime at the moment. I watched a few episodes of a show called Irma. Actually, it's got some
new one or an oldie?
Newish one. It's been out for a few weeks, and it's kind of a comedy about human boy who can't say no to anyone, like has terrible parents.
Right.
Awful parent who basically like said, "Oh, you're so clever learning to clean the floor. Well, you can take care of yourself now. We're going on holiday." And he was 2. It was like they gave him a brush.
What?
Yeah. They're bad parents. To the point where they sold him to a demon.
As you do.
Who said he wanted a grandchild. And
As
obviously, yeah. But it turns out the demon's just like a way better parent. So it's about him.
To be fair, parents leaving their 2-year-old child to go on holiday, it's hard to get much worse.
Yeah. Selling them to an actual monster.
Yes.
So, anything's a step up, really.
Yeah.
And it's about him attending a demon school and, having to not let anyone know he's human. And it's quite fun. It's goofy. It's not particularly complicated, but it's a bit of a giggle. It's easy watching. Mm-hmm. I watched something else anime wise in the week. What was it? It's escaping me now. Caught episode 2 of Ruby Volume 7.
Whoopee.
Which was a low-key one. Another no real action in this one. It's setting you up for a fall, I feel.
Okay.
Because
they're going to kill more people you love, Mikey.
Well, there was a pool of blood, an increasingly large pool of blood.
Okay.
Good ending, I'll say. But this one was more about like establishing like they're in the town of Atlas, who they're working for, who they're working with, who I think is going to stab them in the back. Mm-hmm. There's a funny bit where there's the animal people in Ruby are called Faunus, and one is like he's a dog Faunus and he's got a dog tail. And he's just like, it's not like I'm happy you're here, and then you just look around, tail flying it.
Oh, Cinderay at the wall.
Yep. But no, like I'm definitely enjoying the return to Ruby. I watched Hotel Transylvania.
The movie.
The movie, yes. I've never seen it before.
Oh.
It was on Netflix. I just said, fuck it, why not?
What do you think?
Like, the writing's nothing special.
No.
The writing's probably a little below par for that kind of genre. The animation is quite fun.
Yeah,
like,
it's really nice.
Yeah, it's like, the animation style is unfortunately what it is. You and I have said before, like, hey, can you pick a Pixar from a DreamWorks these days? Because I can't.
No.
But, like, you can kind of clear, like, I feel like Tartakovsky was told, you have to write the script we're telling you to write. Oh, but we're not really going to pay attention to what you're doing animation-wise. And he's just like, oh. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to make this, like, look nuts.
You know what's really annoying? It's the same kind of looking animation that he did for that Popeye short.
Yeah.
and that Popeye movie that was killed because no one likes Popeye, and I was like, damn, I wish I could have seen that Popeye movie.
Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah. I would have watched
great.
that. I would have watched that Popeye movie.
Hell yeah.
So there was that. There was.
And I will throw in as well, Mikey, maybe one of the best Adam Sandler movies as of recent. The bar is not high, though.
I was going to say there's Happy Gilmore,
Okay.
the Water Boy.
Oh.
That one where he's a demon.
What, Lil Nicky? Fuck off.
I don't know. I don't know enough Adam Sandler movies.
A lot of Adam Sandler movies are
There's that one
pretty
about
rough.
Mr. Deeds, but that's mostly funny because your man's just going around saying, "I am the sneaker star." That is the best part of that movie. I don't mind the Zohan.
What?
The one where he's a secret agent from Israel, or not Israel. He's from the Middle. He's from Afghanistan, and they're his girlfriend's from Israel.
I haven't seen that. I think at that point I was just like,
it's real dumb.
I need
but
to stop hurting myself.
He's just going around having sex with literally anything that moves. It's kind of fun, and it's Adam
Wow,
Sandler going like, "Women want me."
How self-indulgent. Jesus.
I watched. Also, I tried a pilot episode. What's it called? Epitaph. Is it called Epitaph? It's a weird one.
Yes.
It's got. Do you remember? Trigger did a show, Ninja Cop or something like that.
I heard of it, but I never saw
and it. It had like 2D animation that just sort of flipped back and forth all the time.
Yeah, it was like a super low budget Trigger show, and it was weird as fuck. And I got referencing Gridman. I know that much.
Visually, this has the same animation style, but it feels higher budget, and the animation, the actual design style is very like Skullgirls.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
It's okay. It's a bit weird, but it's about people like Epitaph is your power. So if your Epitaph is barrier, you have a barrier power. The main character's Epitaph is dumb, which means she can either make you mute or stupid. And she's in a museum and she gets locked in there with a criminal and she's kind of down on herself, and he says like, "You should be a bad guy." I could be a bad guy. But she's like, it's like she's a bad guy, but she means well.
Oh.
There was something else on the tip of my tongue for TV. But sort of the big one this week, because I've been investing quite a lot of time into it, is Persona 5. Finally sat down and started it.
The game.
Yeah, about 6 hours in.
You've played. You've watched the anime, haven't you?
Watched the first couple of episodes, then basically stopped and said like, I'm going to play the game anyway. I might as well stop.
Yeah, it's a better experience, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, I love Persona 4.
Have you caught up with the 5 episodes?
Yes, I have. I think I've gone past them. A few episodes I've seen anyway. But like, I love Persona 4 the anime because it gave me you, Narukami Yu, who is the greatest protagonist of
He's
life.
a good boy.
He's a good boy, and I made sure I called the character in Persona 5 after the one from the anime, because like I don't need to pretend it's me. So I don't need to be told, "Mike, you're so pretty." I already know it. But yeah, so basic gameplay is really, really similar to standard Persona.
Okay.
I haven't found any major innovations yet, apart from the fact they call fusions executions, and you stick the Persona in a bag, put a rope around the bag, stick its head in the guillotine, and chop it in half.
Huh.
Which is a bit dark. By far the most visually stylized Persona game.
Mm-hmm.
By far. Interesting plot, I will say. I'm getting into the plot now. Igor is a bit weird because the actor died.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Like in the anime, Persona 4 the anime, they actually just use video game dialogue.
Sorry, do you mean the English voice actor or the Japanese voice actor for
Japanese.
Igor?
Japanese.
Right.
But the guy they're using instead is weirdly deep.
Oh.
Weirdly deep. So it's not a really good mix up. Also the new version of Elizabeth and Margaret and Theodore, which is Justine. Their names aren't said much. It's Justine and her sister, and you're in a cell for the Velvet Room. Because it's kind of like you're a prisoner of your own heart and all that jazz. And they just basically abuse you, so they're considerably less endearing than Elizabeth and Margaret. I'm just like, I want my girls back. I want my awkward, shiny-eyed girls back.
Yeah.
Also, this is the first time the Personas are alive.
Oh.
They're like, when the personas are awakened, they don't have a big plot relevance by being alive, but when the personas are awakened, you do that the I am thou art I line, but usually it's like a smart ass comment of like, it took you this long to figure out I'm here.
Yeah.
And like the first time you fuse, the main persona is Arsene. Because he's a starter persona, obviously he's not much use to you in the long run. When you fuse him with something, you then get a cutscene of Arsene going like, I'm leaving you now, but I'm always there. And I will see you at the end. So presumably, it's about when he transforms into an ultimate persona.
Yeah, like they always do.
Yeah. But like, I find that really interesting, because I've always thought it would be kind of cool if the personas were on some level sentient.
I mean, they do that in some of the other Shin Megami Tensei games, like Demon Survivor or something,
yeah.
right?
Those ones, they're actually summoning demons.
Yeah.
Like animals, like monsters and stuff.
Are you not concerned that they're going to go down the route that, Kamen Rider Wizard goes down, where it doesn't actually mean anything?
I don't think it means anything. I think it's just so that they add a bit more style to the moments where the personas appear.
Okay, it's not like a
it's not like
a plot point that will ruin it if they just don't touch on it. Okay.
No, I think it's there to add a bit, like, this is their unique aspect to the awakening scenes.
Right.
Basic plot is you are playing a guy, in this case Ren Emiya, I think his name is, he's being transferred to a new school after he stopped a woman being raped, but unfortunately she was being assaulted by a man who was very, very powerful, and he got him a criminal record, and no one's allowed to know why he has a criminal record. So he gets shifted to another school. Everyone treats him like shit. Why
they treat him like shit just because he has a criminal record?
Yeah, because no one's allowed to know why. So they think like, oh, he's murdered people or something like that. And they're like, I did a good thing. Which is kind of like, a lot of the dialogue options are kind of like you deciding like, does he regret doing it, or is he like, no, I'd do it again in a heartbeat. But him and the local troublemaker Ryuji, your Junpei, your Yosuke, but more like, oh, I'm a badass, but I'm a nice badass. He's a bit dope.
Does he fall in a bin at the start?
No, but he has a lot. He has a thing with Morgana, who's the animal, the mascot character.
Yeah. Like,
there's a lot of arguing between the two of them. Morgana's real fun. Morgana's also slightly creepy because the female character, it's Anne, but they put an on. On. Her, like, you get outfits when you go into the other world. They're calling it the metaverse in this, and like, it's supposed to be like, this is a reflection of some aspect of your personality. And they go by code names in the other world because it's all about, we're secretly thieves. That's the theme. So like, you had like whatever you'd call the C's group was, like paramilitary almost, and then you had the investigate team, and this is where thieves stealing the hearts of bad people.
Yeah.
So you've got Joker, who is who is Ren. And he is like the suave, debonair, like, kind of guy with they've all got masks. You've got Skull, who's Ryuji, who's a pirate, and you've got Panther, who is Anne, and is a lady in a catsuit. And I'm fairly certain that part of transforming into this outfit makes her breasts bigger. And it's just, when she said, like, what am I going to call myself? Panther? And you just have Morgana in the corner. She's a cougar. And I'm just like, you're a talking cat person, shut up.
Yeah.
Also, Morgana's convinced that they're human and it's like trapped in a body or something like that. They don't
that she's the cat Morgana is human.
Yeah, but also appears to be a male, but called Morgana. But like, I'm just going like, Teddy thought he was normal too.
That's true.
Kuramaru, I don't know what Kuramaru is. That dog is not normal.
He was a good boy.
He was a good boy.
That's what Kuramaru was. He was a good boy.
Oh, dear. That was one of the good things about Q, with Kanji just desperate to hug him in the crossover. But no, like, the gameplay's solid. They've added a couple of little extra elements, like how guns work.
Okay.
Because it's, you now have melee weapons, guns, and your personas. But yeah, the story seems pretty solid. It's early days yet, but it's just like, there's not a lot of innovations in the gameplay. So I think if you were... Also, apparently, the social link thing, there's going to be a bit less than in other games.
It might be a bit easier to manage then, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but apparently there's 9 romance options.
Damn!
And like, 4 of them are playable characters. I don't know who yet. Well, obviously I can guess 1 because she's a cougar, as we were told. But the other ones, like, are apparently just like you know how in Persona 4 there was that girl who decided you had to be her girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Well, like, what if you actually dated her? Like,
Okay.
there's going to be characters you just meet in the world. Some of them are going to be social links, some aren't. That are going to be dating options. So, but no, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it.
It's Tanaka-san in it. Can you date Mr. Tanaka? Does Tanaka have his TV show back where you can buy stuff from him?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, bummer.
Also, like your father figure character, because of course you're not living with your parents, because it's a Persona game and no one does. But like he's an asshole who runs a coffee shop.
What, Dojima kind of asshole?
Yeah, no. I'm just like, I want Cop Dad back.
Oh man,
because Cop Dad meant well. He was just really neglectful.
Yes, he was emotionally distant because of his wife's death.
This guy is, I'm gonna go fuck someone. Don't touch anything or I'll kick you out.
Oh no!
So basically, and it's just like, hello. You've got a criminal record. I don't want to deal with you. I'm doing this as a favor to a friend of your parents. And just like, I didn't do anything wrong. I did the exact opposite of wrong. I did good.
Is there a helpful Nanako substitute that can help you?
No.
Oh no!
So like, there is no Junes.
Yeah. Well,
I'm also told that there's not a lot of references. Like apparently, if you look around, it's like things like the Ace Detective Naoto.
Oh, that's nice.
Our Risei's career, like apparently this is set a few years after, so she's a full-on pop star.
Oh, good for her. Okay, that's nice.
We don't know if any of them are married or anything like that.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I would like if just suddenly like you had references all together, like they all got married, remarkably young.
Oh, I thought you were going to say all got married to you, Narukami.
Just cut to this very slightly like gone fella, just like, yep.
Who did Kanji marry? He married you as well. What are you talking about?
Also Naoto. It got confusing.
Yeah.
He married. Kanji can marry who he wants because Kanji is a good boy.
That's right.
But yeah, like it is real nice to be back in the world. I do.
Yeah, so it's less full. Like, it's less going for Persona 5 for like new innovative gameplay elements and just going back to enjoy a new story from the same creators.
Like, you like our games? Yeah, I do. Sit down, relax, have a cup of tea. Like you're gonna have fun. You're gonna enjoy yourself.
That's good.
Like, and I also like no false innovation. They do have a thing where you can surrender control for automatic stuff like you have in a lot of RPGs now, or just set it to direct control so you control everyone.
Right.
Guess which one I set it to?
Direct. Guess you mean direct control.
Yep, and I'm just like, I am never turning this off.
Yeah, because that almost sounds like you're setting it to Persona 3, which I like to have complete control over what my dudes do, because then I can't, like, if anything goes wrong, that's my fault. Yeah. If anything goes wrong with the computer, it's the computer fucking me for no good reason.
But, yeah, I guess don't burn out now. I guess you're burning out at the wrong moment. I need you functioning.
Oh, God yes. Yeah, some of that shit was infuriating.
You were the only one who could attack right now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so that's been that's been my week all in all. What about you, Andy?
Well, I've been watching a few things myself. I watched Mobile Suit Gundam 0080, War in the Pocket. It's a 6-episode OVA series set at some point in the normal Gundam universe timeline. It's really slow. It's really slow. The first 2 episodes are painful to get through. Its main focus is on a child who's probably about 8 or younger, and it's set on a colony during the Zeon Federation War, and a special unit of Zeon forces has been sent to that colony to discover if there's a Gundam being made there. They find out that there is, they have to blow it up, and if they don't, the colony is going to be blown up with a nuke. So you have that kind of horrors of war element as the kid by the end of it kind of learns that war's not a good thing and you shouldn't be thrilled about it. But it's 6 episodes. Barely anyone gets really any character development. The main focus should have been on the young Zeon soldier Bernie. Yeah, who should have been the main character and the main focus, because it's his thing of being a young rookie pilot, being a bit of a coward, and then kind of facing his end to try and save the colony. But no, it's about this kid, and I hate children, so it's it also has a fucking abysmal intro. I hate the music for it. I hate it. I even hate the visuals for the intro as well, because it's just a pattern shot of what is it, like a brick wall with like kindergarten drawings of Gundams and Zaku's on it. So it's not even visually entertaining. The best thing about it does get better from episode 2. Like 3 and 4 are okay, and then 5 and 6 are just like, yeah, all right, this was fine. I'll never go back and watch it again. But it does have some good suit designs. It's the introduction of the Kempfer. It's the introduction of the GM Sniper. And those were there's barely any gun. There's a Gundam Alex, and the Gundam Alex is kind of lame, especially in terms of Gundam designs. But the Kempfer's really cool, and the GM Sniper's ace. So I'm not a big fan of it. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever watch it again. Especially compared to things like the 8th Mobile Suit Team. It's not got great characters in. And I would have not had the focus be on the kid. I also watched the movie Gundam Thunderbolt, December Sky, which is the compilation of the 3 episodes into one movie. That was much better. It's more focused. It again takes place at some point during the Gundam series, set in a different part around a destroyed colony where they have a set of Zeon soldiers who are known as, I think, the Living Dead. So they're amputee soldiers with special, slightly robotic amputee limbs, using their Zaku's in sniper positions within the rubble to blow up the Thunderbolts, which are the Federation who are trying to reclaim the sector. You have a few new Gundam designs, and it's a lot more bleak and sad, and the animation in it's really good. It's great, and it's set to some jazz music sometimes. The Federation, who are most of the time presented as the good guys, do not feel like they're presented as the good guys in this. But they don't feel like they're presented as evil either. It feels like it's a very neutral position on how both sides are represented, and how, you know, the Zeons have killed all the Federation friends, and they're like, oh, well, fuck the Zeons, we'll kill all them. And they're like, oh no, you killed all our friends. How dare you? You're the bad guys here. It's like, you know, it's war.
No friends for no one.
No, exactly. But that was I enjoyed that a lot more, and that was fun. There's another movie as well which compiles another 3 episodes, so I'm gonna try and grab that and watch that at some point. I finished off 7 Deadly Sins season 2. That was great, man. That was fun. That was fun.
Worth my time.
Season 1 is very light surface level. Season 2 gets darker.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more kind of, if you look a little bit lower than the surface, some like good character stuff in there. I hear season 3 has started up, but unfortunately, because a movie didn't do great, it's now been animated by Studio Dean.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. Like, Studio Dean are the guys that do Konosuba. Granted, there's no Konosuba season 3.
Yep.
Still.
If there isn't because of this.
No, this isn't the reason, because apparently 7 Deadly Sins was put on them quite quickly, as I watched a review on like 5 episodes, and they said the animation's really not great.
Which is, like, the thing about Konosuba, like, its animation is competent.
Yeah, it's competent for what it's trying to do.
Yeah, it's the writing that makes that show incredible.
Exactly, that's the point of Konosuba. A shonen series is a lot of the time about action and fighting.
Yeah, you need movement, you need... You know, you need Ufotable or someone like that, you know?
Yeah.
Which,
and
by the way, I found this out. The Tales of Vesperia anime?
Yeah.
Ufotable.
Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. They did the Bessaria's movies and stuff. So
yeah, and those are
I'm
real
good.
good. So I'm probably going to check that anime out, I'll be honest, at this stage. I'll probably skip the game and just watch the anime. Because if it accounts for all the Besseria stuff, I'm probably not going to sit there going like, why aren't we talking about this?
I think the only thing you might miss out is a more fleshed out story. But who knows?
We'll see how it goes. Like, I know people weren't happy with the story for Vesperia, so
maybe it's better then.
Yeah, and as long as one of the things about it not adapting Vesperia is you can't fuck it up.
No, that's true.
You can only make things like all you can do is probably make the Vesperia better by adding Vesperia into it.
Maybe
that had a real good story.
But no, seven Deadly Sins. I'm very worried about watching. Oh, also with season 3, apparently there's a lot of censorship. Like all the blood effects have been replaced with white, so it looks like when they cut people, jizz comes out of them.
Was that like how back in the day they used to edit Saint Seiya so everyone was covered in mud?
Yes, but it's jizz this time around.
Yeah, because that's better.
Well, white, no one will think anything bad in the anime community when it's just white goopy stuff coming out of people. No one. There's also a few scenes like where the main character's like heavily stabbed and they just like put a big old black like shadow right over the center of him, but not over his head, which has blood. I don't know. It's a shonen series where I don't think the times have changed for when it's been shown, and there was no censorship in the previous seasons by the other company.
they never like the censorship is in the adaptation. It's not in the bloody. That's bizarre to me. That's utterly bizarre.
It is very strange. It's very strange. I've heard a lot of people talk about the censorship for this new season, and it's just an odd one, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm still going to watch it, but I'm almost tempted to maybe read the manga.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm concerned because I have got into Seven Deadly Sins, and I do like the characters. Like one of them called Escanor is fucking ace. He's a fucking mad lad. And also very, very sad, but they don't really talk about that. But you can tell it's like, oh no, ooh. So yeah, I've been enjoying that quite a lot. I was sad to kind of put it to the side and be like, well, I'm done now for a bit. Another episode of Fate Grand Order, still great, still really liking it. Nothing bad will happen to the character Ushiwakamaru. No, don't worry, nothing bad's going to happen. All will be well. They were not setting her up in this really cute character for anything bad to happen to her.
Yeah.
Nothing bad will happen to the delightful Ushiwakamaru. Oh, Mikey.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
This is fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I've also been building Gundam kits. I finished off the real grade Sazabi this week, whenever it was. That took ages to build. But I think it took. I wasn't like sitting from like morning to evening building it, of course, but it took a good 3-4 days to put it together. So it was a good build, and he looks fucking impressive. He's a big thick boy. I got in the post because it came and it didn't get import charged, which was nice. The real grade Talgeese, which you should be aware of, Mr. Mikey.
I do. I know Talgeese as well.
Yeah, I really like the Talgeese. He's a handsome suit. I've got most of him done. I need to do his head, his backpack, and his weapons, and then he's all sorted. And also in the box came, what do you name? The Dijeh, Dijeh. Dijeh.
Maybe don't know.
No, me neither. I'm not sure. It's from a very small part of Zeta. And I think it's actually a good guy's suit, but it's a mono eye, so I was like, hey, that's my basket of tricks. And it wasn't too much because it's a Gundam kit, so way. So I've got those to build next week. We did a comic show as well where we talked about comics, which will come out at some point soon, hopefully. And I don't know if there was anything else that I've been up to. I'm going to probably go and see Dr. Sleep next week.
I hear that's actually good.
That's why I'm intrigued. I hear it gets a bit self-referential by the end and a little bit rubbing the inner thigh of itself.
I've heard it's more Stephen King than it is Stanley Kubrick, which is interesting because apparently Stephen King didn't like the original Shining adaptation.
He very much didn't like The Shining. He said that Jack Nicholson wasn't a good choice because he already seemed unhinged. I thought it was a good choice because it made you think.
Unhinged.
Yeah, because then you go at that point, is it because he's just Jack Nicholson and he's fucking nuts, or is it the influence of the hotel? Obviously, it's the influence of the hotel, spoilers. But it seems like he was easily influenced. And also, he wanted the main lady to be... in the book, she was written to be like a strong, independent woman. But then you were like, well, why is she with an abusive drunk? Why hasn't she left him? You know, it makes more sense for her to be a submissive character to him and then to fight back at the end. That's why she's neat. I love The Shining though, so I'm biased. But yeah, the Dr. Sleep's meant to be good, so I probably will go and see that. I've heard as well that it's the idea that it's the ending is very much like when you had to write in school like 2 pages and you can go over and it's like, oh god, I'm running out of room. I've just got to squeeze everything right at the end. It gets a bit like that. So hopefully I'll enjoy it next week though. And that's I think that's it, Mr. Mikey. I think that's it. I don't think anything else fun or cool that's worth talking about has happened this week. But okay, so we have a message question from Tentomon4. So let me read this paragraph to you, Mikey. Firstly, sorry if I have asked the headcanon question before. Oh, that's right, because last week he sent a question which I forgot to ask us, which was thinking about our own headcanon. We can answer that in a bit.
I am my headcanon.
Oh, damn. Is that a reference to the Transformers movie? Lockdown? Because his head was... It doesn't matter. It's fine.
You're a problem.
I thought you were the problem. I thought you were the problem. That's why I was checking. Just got so excited that the release of Off That Motherfucker I needed for my wreckers shelf. I don't know what that means.
Someone for a wreckers impactor? Impactor?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't care if he is a shitty gimmick toy. He will be the back. He will be in the back anyway. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay. Right now, how do we reboot G1 Silverbolt so his fear of heights makes sense? Personally, I'd make it more a biological problem rather than a psychological one. Like he was born as a low altitude flyer who became like the greatest cargo shipper on Cybertron. Then the war happened and he gets drafted into the Air Force and retrofitted into a combat plane. But that did not sell with his guts, so he gets seizures if he gets up to a certain height that causes him to transform back to robot mode and fall. Of course, you'd be scared of going too high after that happens. The first time out of the blue, thoughts. Do you want to answer that bit then, Mikey? And then I go on. Or?
Something I liked about when they introduced it into IDW was the idea of body swapping. Like, people, you'd be forged one way and then you'd have like a tourist event where you were put in a different body.
Starscream never did that.
No, it's fine. He looks the way he always did. It's fine.
Every time.
Every time. I've always looked like this. Really? Because shut up.
How many body changes did he have in the end? Like 6 or 7?
2. Okay, so I'm actually going to do this in my head now. So we had the original like Megatron Origins body. We had the F-22. We had the Masterpiece. We had a more G1 version of the Masterpiece one.
Right.
We had War for Cybertron. That's 5. We had Armada. We all then had a new Earth-based one, and then they modified that again. So I got at least 8 bodies.
Wow.
At least.
He certainly went through.
I just want to be pretty. But like something I always liked about the idea for you could do it with Silverbolt. Like Silverbolt was like a truck or a race car or something like that. And then during the war, there was like we need people to fly. We need flyers. We need to we need to do runs and do bombing runs and stuff like that. And it's just like you're drafted, and now we're going to completely redo your body. And just like he's the only one of the aerial bots who wasn't an aerial bot to begin with. And like he's just like, I want to be on the ground, please, and they made him a supersonic jet. So like it's just like I really like the idea of just playing into. If you want to talk biology, his biology was he had wheels and he'd like it to stay that way, please. So that's something that's how I do it if I was doing it.
Okay.
What would you do to make Silverbolt suffer?
I've never really thought about it too much, to be honest. Mainly because when it comes to G1, I come to the realization that they never had time, obviously in the cartoon series, to delve into the thought process of most of those toys, because it's just like, hey, let's get out some more toys rather than anything else. But I don't mind making it a psychological thing. maybe you focus it mainly on someone he couldn't save for whatever reason, like his engines were damaged or his wings were damaged, and one of his friends fell to his death and he couldn't save him. Something like that. You could go down that kind of route and have like the psychological scar and have that kind of PTSD of not being able to save your best friend or the person you're, loving or whatever. Something like that. You could do that. I wouldn't mind that. But I've never really put too much thought into it, to be honest, mainly because I'm just like, G1 characters, whatever.
They tried.
they were there to sell toys, I understand. For me, I was never really about the characters for the toys. I was mainly about cool toys and then just enjoying the cartoon as it was. Obviously, it's a bit different now, but I've never really gone back to it. And it leads him to meet his techno-organic wife. I talked about in spring, I think, during the Arch Furry Onyx Prime Colony world. He passes the tree line and finds himself over the deepest, darkest open maw of a canyon you can ever imagine. Triggers his problem, causing him to fall into her web, leading to to a meet cute.
This sounds like he's ending up with Arachnid, and I feel like that's a life choice you will regret.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to go. Where you wake up to her beast mode poking him in the head, saying that he don't look very edible. But that's enough AU fanfic this week later. So there you go.
I feel like you've put a lot of thought into this.
Clearly more than I have, at least, because I've never really thought that hard about it. I like to take characters as they are, or when a writer writes them. I don't usually tend to think of the characters past that, I suppose. You do, though, Mikey, don't you?
Yeah, but that's just the way I am.
Yeah.
But never date Arachnid.
No, it'll only end badly. Maybe he was Black Arachnia.
Is that better?
Either way, yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah, like that's
consider.
Like, there's a chance you'll walk away from that.
Yeah, she wasn't quite as BDSM as Arachnid is.
Oh, she she has a sex dungeon.
You mean Black Arachnia or
no, Arachnid?
Oh yeah, I was also gonna add the problem with Arachnid as well is there is no safe word with her.
The safe word is more.
No, the safe word is dead. Dead. Oh, he stopped making noise. I guess I should stop because he's dead. Oh,
that's like, well, I'm hungry now.
Yep, time to eat. Nom nom. So that was all of our questions, I suppose, for this week, Mr. Mikey.
No, I've got one.
You got one?
Oh, I've got one. I've got one, Andy. Calm down. We have one sent into the email. Hello, Ross and Chandler. It's off to a bad start. I have your email address. I can respond to
I'm not a paleontologist.
What do you think Chandler is, Andy?
I think his name is Chanandla Bong.
Chandler.
No, Chanandla.
'Tis I, the Optimus Prime 135, here to make an overly grand entrance. Well done. Today I'm here not to talk to you about robots, nor giant kaiju of murder debt, the best kind of debt, but rather wonderful half-humans who deserve better and birds of monumental proportions. Andy, can you guess where this is going?
Is it Monster Musume?
No, monumental birds, Andy. Giant birds. Giant domestic birds.
Happy Feet?
Jesus Christ. Yes, upon your esteemed recommendation, I spent the last 3 odd days binging The Rising of the Shield Hero.
Oh, Giant Chicken.
There we go. Okay. And it has rapidly become one of my favorite animes. Of course, I have seen... This is something where I did blink a bit. I have seen little in the ways of anime in the grand scheme of things, and the only other 3 I've seen start to finish being Gundam Unicorn. Right?
Okay. That is a deep point to jump into the Gundam universe. That's very dense to jump into.
My Hero Academia.
Okay, yeah, that's super popular. I see that.
And Made in Abyss.
Oh, that's a very dark show.
Those are the 3 you finished.
Wow. Which were that? Which were you that? Which did you come away from Made in Abyss happy? Because most people don't. Not in a bad way though. Because it's a great show, but you don't come away.
What I just thought, like, well, my 3rd anime in, I thought I'd give this one a try. I did a lot of blinking. I just went, like, it's the 3rd one I'm finished. So I'm like, I've seen other ones, but I'm just like, What?
Especially when you go from like My Hero, which is like fairly light. It has those fun epic moments, but it never gets that dark. And then you get Made in Abyss, and you're like, oh boy, oh boy,
Yeah.
this is bleak.
Now, since finishing these shows and with an excruciating week in between new My Hero Academia episodes, I find myself wondering where to now. So, I come to ask you, what would two experts such as yourself recommend to an anime novice such as me?
Oh no.
I look forward to any nuggets of wisdom you can provide. Jolan True, good sirs. Jolan True. Andy.
Mikey.
I feel like we're being challenged with this one because we're being asked for recommendation for someone who thought he was going to start with Gundam Unicorn and Made in Abyss.
Yes. See,
then...
recommending to someone who's never watched or who's watched very few anime is difficult because one of the things about getting into anime is to find what your genre is, what you enjoy.
Because we lean towards the fantasy and the mecha side of things.
So yeah,
and horror at times. But we also we've got a lot of experience of a lot of different comedies, over the years we've seen. I'd say between the two of us, we've covered every genre of anime.
I'd think so. I can't imagine there's been a lot that we've missed out on.
Yeah, and there are slice of life stuff. Maybe that would appeal to you. Maybe you'd be into the visceral horrors. Maybe you'd be into something else. It is a difficult thing to recommend because there is no catch-all.
It's imagine somebody says to you, recommend movies to me, and it's like I've never seen any films ever, and it's like, well, there's Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey, but there's also American Pie.
yeah.
You go from two very extremes. Though I also imagine putting American Pie and Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey in the same sentence probably is making an undead body in a grave spin very rapidly in anger.
Probably making Stanley Kubrick spin. But going with stuff we would say if you want to go in and just get the good stuff. Pick 3 for me.
Even though I don't like it, I think it's probably worth watching Evangelion. And then you can form your own opinion on whether you like it or you don't like it. And I suppose being new to anime, it might be good to watch it sooner rather than later, because then you might be able to see the impact it has on everything else afterwards.
Yeah, because it's undeniable.
Yeah.
Absolutely undeniable.
Granted, if you don't like it, we won't blame you. If you do like it, we also won't blame
you.
Well, a lot of people like it. We strongly don't, but I'd say it is worth watching just to, at the very least, form your own opinion on it.
To the point where you suggested we get Jobby back on and just have him and me talk Evangelion. Do you think that's a good idea?
I think it would be funny for my own amusement. I don't think it's a good idea, though, but I think it'd be funny. Here's a question then for an Evangelion reference. Do you think it's more worth watching the movies where there is kind of a weird, slightly pseudo-sequel?
I hear they're not... They really lose... Because I stopped watching them after I lost all will to live. But I hear they get significantly downhill. I heard third one's quite bad.
Okay. So you'd recommend the TV show then?
Yeah. Also, I don't I would also say be prepared for the ending of the TV show and the fact whatever the fuck is going on in End of Evangelion. Yeah.
Some people love it though. So
yeah, but once you see one scene, you really feel like you should leave that movie and throw it in the bin and then announce it to the police and tell them they should arrest it.
So I've recommended Evangelion. What would you recommend? We'll go back and forth.
Yeah. Because
actually, just to interrupt you, what? How about we do one maybe really significant bit of anime? So I've done Evangelion. What significant bit of anime history would you recommend? Then we can maybe go with an action or a horror, something like that. So
if we're talking significant anime history, and for this, we'll move away from the mech genre for a second.
Sure.
Because, you and I could name half a dozen very big mech shows that made a big impact. I would say go with Cowboy Bebop.
Yes,
It is a space opera, which is a genre that was very, very popular in the mid-90s, early 2000s. And it is generally regarded as one of the more significant in the genre. It's not my favorite. but it is hard for me to criticize it in the large part.
And I've never seen it.
I didn't know you never seen Cowboy Bebop.
No, I've never seen Cowboy Bebop.
It's fairly atypical as well in some ways, because it also dips into a lot of other genres like gangster stories.
Would you say it's better than Trigun? Because I hear those two are kind of they're not exactly as well regarded as each other, but
I would say Trigun isn't on the same level. I think the Trigun movie that came out a few years ago was pretty decent, but I would say as an experience, Cowboy Bebop would be better.
Right.
And like it's not my favorite. Like if I was recommending my favorite, I'd say Outlaw Star. But I'm thinking about if I'm saying like introducing you to a touchstone here. Yeah. Bebop is a touchstone. Like Bebop had huge influence going forward for years. So yeah, that would be my choice for a significant one.
Okay. Right. So I'm because I can go easy and say Gridman. S 4 S's Gridman.
Yeah.
That's a really great show.
Yes,
and you don't need to see the original Gridman live action show to enjoy it. Nope. We've also had feedback from our friend Jason Kirk, who really enjoyed that show as well, to the point where he's now buying figures from it that are coming out.
I have been looking at the Nendoroids, I'll be honest, and I don't often look at Nendoroids. Like, I just want to. I've been looking at a bloody Shatterglass Optimus Prime.
Are you not just gonna wait for like the Figma Akane when she eventually comes? Because she must.
Oh, they've got the prototype announced, but I do kind of like the Nendoroid.
Really? Wow.
Her design really lends itself to that look, I think. Also, like it will raise less questions about her proportions.
Sure. Yeah.
I actually ended up watching the music video for Union.
Was that the first time you'd seen it?
Yeah, I'd never seen the full music video. I was just like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, there's not much to it, though.
No, but it's like...
It's nice.
I can't imagine what it's like watching it when you have no idea what the context is.
Yeah, it's just nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense, but it's just, you wonder what's the point.
Just get in the bus. Just stand next to people in a bus stop, woman.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you're familiar with the show, it's just like it takes on a whole new meaning. I'm also going to go for what for me is a very easy one: Kill la Kill.
Yeah, I was thinking, do I go for Kill la Kill or do I go for Gridman?
Yeah, we are big fans of Trigger. Kill la Kill didn't just put Trigger on the map. I would still objectively say it's the best thing they've ever done.
Oh, okay.
And I love Gridman. You know I love Gridman. But
yeah.
Kill la Kill is just incredibly solid. It's very funny, amazing animation, great story. Like it's really hard for me to find anything really to knock. Like it's just so well done.
Yeah. Well, because you liked Rising of the Shield Hero, an easy choice for me would be, we mentioned it already on the show, Konosuba. It's the same premise of a guy from our world gets transported to another world, but it's everything goes wrong for him, but not in the sad way that it did for Naofumi.
Well, in a bit of a sad way.
In a different, like, not
he made a poor life choice.
He did.
He could have asked for anything. He made a poor life choice.
And now his life is hilariously miserable.
But he seems quite happy in it, in a way.
Yes.
He's like, he adjusted.
Yes, it's a very funny show. I still find it like
it's hilarious, honestly.
I think comedy is a hard thing to do, especially when you're reading. Well, for me, and I don't know for Mikey, when you're reading subtitles. But Konosuba really hits a lot of really good comical marks.
I would also say if you're not into subtitles, the dub for that show is pretty solid.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, and I got like all credit to Aqua's actress. Like she's got the energy. So
I can't ever say, my feelings about that. But no, Konosuba is a lot of fun. It'll have a lot of laughs, and because you've already seen what they're classed as isekai series, where someone's transported to another world, a lot of the jokes or the feel will make a lot of sense to you, I think.
In that case, I'm just gonna what I would call the other isekai juggernaut, ReZero.
Ah, yes.
Season 2 on the way. Sometime, someday.
One day.
Was
it announced? Has it actually been? No, it has. It has been announced.
There's 2 OVAs first.
Oh.
Like one's out and I haven't seen it yet, and there's another one as well, which is telling about Puck and his backstory.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, ReZero is an it's an interesting one because it starts with an hour-long special.
Yes.
Which was similar to ReZero, the Rising of the Shield Hero, but it's very much in the middle between multiple genres. It will push some buttons, and it's very funny at times. It's not funny at other times. Very, very reliant on you engaging with the characters, but once you are in there, Subaru is one of my all-time favorite protagonists for an anime. And I love the side characters. I really, and also, like, very pretty show.
Yeah.
Real pretty show.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so, like, and, like, we've left out tons of stuff. Like, neither of us said Gao Geiger, which which we would both say is better and more influential in some ways than Evangelion because it had joy.
Yes.
But there's a whole story there where Gao Geiger was a legitimate, purposeful middle finger to Evangelion. Like, especially Final.
Yes, definitely.
Which was them saying, like, oh, we'll play in your ballpark.
Though I could see why some people might not like the very slow build for Gao Gaga, because there is a long build to it.
Yeah, it's the 50 episode series.
Yeah.
And then I still like most of it, but
Same,
I will say, like,
same.
there is a remarkable, like there is fun. Okay, that's a jump.
Mm-hmm.
And then the quality does shoot up at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. My last recommendation, because I wanted to mention this, is I would say watch the 3 Berserk movies and then read the manga. You could, if you wanted, after watching the 3 movies, then watch the I think the 90s cartoon, the 90s anime.
Andy, there's another.
There's not.
There's another adaptation.
there's
I
not.
swear there is.
There is. I'll grant you, but you don't want to watch it.
But Andy, if it's the same story, why not?
Because it's so bad. It's so badly done in CG. No, the 3 movies and then the animated series. The animated series will retell a lot of the movies, but it'll also add extra stuff in. It's it's weird because the movies technically go further than the end of the anime, but the anime also does things that the movie didn't do. And then if you like both of them, do the manga.
Yeah.
Because the manga is fantastic. Even if you don't like the story, and I can't imagine you wouldn't like the story, the artwork in it is amazingly good. Amazingly good. So, yeah, there we go.
We throw in one extra, just because it was the first real surreal experience I would had with anime. I'd say XL Saga.
I've never seen that.
It is... I was too young when I watched it. It was on... like, for some reason, Sci-Fi Channel was putting on, like, Evangelion at midday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but it was preceded by Nadeshiko, which I'd also say watch, because that's a real fun show. Martian successor Nadeshiko. But it was followed by XL Saga, which was also on far too early in the day, particularly with that last episode. But it was a very purposely surrealist take on a lot of anime tropes. And it is a trip, man. It's a trip I was happy to go down, but it's a feckin' trip. Like, it's real funny at times, so real funny.
Ah, cool. Good stuff.
So, Porgamus, I hope this all worked for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, let us know how this goes. I'm very curious.
Yeah, and if you need more anime recommendations or things that we like the least, we can easily rack our brains and shake some more anime out. That's real easy for us to do. Oh, that does remind me, I did one other thing, Mikey. I watched, not yours, but I'm going to refer to it as yours. Your Has-Been Hotel thing, the pilot episode. It's not bad. It's all right.
I'd like to see a follow-up season with some ironing out of some things.
Yes, same. It felt like it was the animation could do with a bit of a polish up as well, but you know, I'm not really gonna slam too hard on it as it was a pilot episode. But I was intrigued, at least. I wanted to see more. I was kind of like, oh, that's the end. Oh, okay. I wanted to see more of where it's gonna go from there. And it's nice that it doesn't feel like a lot of the stuff we're getting at the moment. Kind of like Primal, which I still haven't watched. It's not the same as what a lot of the shows are that we're getting in the West at the moment, so it's something different, which I appreciate. So, Mikey, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to find you and talk to you and all that kind of bobbins?
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Paleo. I do occasionally go onto my YouTube channel, but now mostly it's for watching things. If you would like to leave us any feedback or ask our recommendations for your viewing pleasure, you can do it over at themoonbase2@gmail.com. We also take feedback on Twitter, on Facebook, on Libsyn, on iTunes, on Weebly, on your head. Write a message on your head for me.
Okay.
Make it say I love you. Basically, if you can find a way of contacting us, we would love to hear from you. Andy, what about yourself?
You can find me on Twitter, CCTFW, YouTube as Corporate Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on Moonbase 2 forums, on Twitter, on iTunes, on Facebook, we're on Libsyn. We're on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can also head over to the ccbunker.weebly.com and find us there. Oh, and head over to patreon.com/moonbase2. And you can sign up to the podcast for $2 each month for the extended version of From the Files of Teletron 2. Get a week early. You get interviews or anything extra a week early, and you also get exclusively Moonbase, where we talk in depth about weird, like non-transformery things.
Yep,
in
still
some
trying
sort of
to pin George down to that one.
Ah, yes. He's a floaty boy, that lad.
He's a floaty, lanky boy.
So, Mikey, thank you once again for joining me and talking with my face and whatnot.
I like your face. The rest of you sucks.
Yay! And we'll see you next week, everybody.
Take care.